Look, we've lost the Prime Minister, but there is still a government to save, and that's what all of us will do our best to do now, to save the government, because as we have just been reminding ourselves, we are the custodians of great political traditions. The Liberal tradition of smaller government, greater freedom, lower taxes, the Conservative tradition of support for families, small business and values and institutions that have stood the test of time. But above all else, we are patriots. Patriots. We want to make our country as strong and as good as it possibly can be, based on the wonderful achievements that we already have to our name. Thank you.
You're saying to the electorate, look into my eyes, you are growing weaker. No more boats. Look into my eyes, you are growing weaker. In Labor's big bad tax. Look into my eyes, you are growing weaker. Debt and deficit. It was like an attempt by a trainee hypnotist to work wonders on a cobra in a basket.
But that's why, in the end, it will be the government's problem to deal with, not ours. If the government changes, different story.
Tony Abbott has made an extraordinary admission that he was so drunk he missed crucial votes in Parliament during the global financial crisis. Suggests Mr Abbott has lost the plot.
I think quite a few bottles of wine were consumed by the three of us.
Lost the plot. Lost the plot.
This couch, Mr. Cox. He was drunk and didn't come into the house. Slept right through that
well withdrawn.
I was chastised by the whip, as indeed I should have been.
And Jesus knew that there was a place for everything, and it is not necessarily everyone's place to come to Australia.
Exactly.
And if Tony Abbott ends up the Prime Minister of Australia, I mean, you've got to say, God help us, God help us, God help us.
Homosexuality. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I probably feel a bit threatened.
The Abbott has been filmed winking during a radio show.
I'm a 67-year-old pensioner, 3 chronic incurable medical conditions, 2 life-threatening, and I work on an adult sex line to make ends meet.
And you shouldn't be trying to turn this into a subsequent media circus.
How's that turning into a media circus? Okay, well, tell me, what's the context? And if it's out of context, what is the context? You're not saying it, Big Tony.
I've given you the response you deserve.
No one, however smart, however well educated, however experienced, is the suppository of all wisdom.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, really?
Shit happens.